Have you ever wanted to discover what's missing in your life? Metaphysics is available to all and is part of your life even if you don't know it. Welcome to Metaphysics, a view through the veil with Barb Crowley. Together we'll explore the mysteries behind metaphysics and how to use it to have a deeper understanding and advantage in life. And now here's your host, Barb Crowley.
Hi, this is Barb Crowley, and welcome to Metaphysics, a View Through the Veil. Today we're talking to Alex Urbina. Alex is a shamanic practitioner, energy alchemist, transformative spiritual healer, author, and speaker, and most important for me, for us right now, medicine music man. Alex, welcome to the show. I'm so glad to have you here.
I'm honored to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So tell me about your background a little bit. How'd you get here?
So my journey started about 30 years ago. I stepped into a transformational training. It was a self-awareness, conscious awakening type of weekend in a training room with a very powerful transformational trainer and a group of people that walked in, all wanting to, awaken and better ourselves. And during that weekend, I had a very powerful conscious awakening. I didn't realize that I was unconscious. Most of us don't know we're unconscious until we have an awakening. When you awaken, you realize that the older version of you yesterday was asleep to some degree. So I had that very powerful conscious awakening. From there, I awoke to the possibility that I could change the world. And in order to do that, I had to change myself. And so I focused on me and healing myself and learning and remembering certain leadership distinctions, like giving up the victim perspective, taking responsibility for my life, and all the beautiful distinctions that are left available for us that want to awaken and reclaim our own sovereignty. So I went down that journey, became a very powerful life coach and a transformational trainer for teenagers, creating these conscious trainings and awakening workshops for teenagers. And then eventually I moved into conscious parenting. That journey led me to all of the other, beautiful gifts of public speaking, a life coach, writing my first book, The Magical Ingredients of Conscious Parenting, The Inspirational Parent, and then my own podcast of my own. And then recently,
what's the name of your podcast?
I don't have it anymore, but it was called it was called My Conscious Dad. And it was a collaboration between me and my daughter and talking about our conscious relationship. And it was pretty cool. Yeah. I loved it. Yeah. So then, about 5 years ago, I had a very powerful spiritual awakening through a meditation that I did for the first time, that my daughter invited me to go into the backyard and do a meditation. And it was during COVID, right? And so we go back to the backyard and I close my eyes. I call in my higher self, my guides. And lo and behold, I have a very powerful experience where my higher self shows up in a vision and starts showing me some things that was very profound. And since that awakening, my life has been unfolding as both a healer and as a shaman. And so if you know anything about a shaman's job is to bridge the gap between the other side of the veil, from the unseen and the seen worlds. I help bring in spirit guides and higher selves of other people to help support people on this side of the veil to heal. And then it opened up a whole new level of conscious frequencies that started coming through my energy field, and I started translating them into music, which then became medicine music for remembrance and healing.
Did you do music before?
Absolutely not.
Not?
I actually, no, I'm not an artist. I'm not a musician. However, I think that all of us are at some point, because we are frequency and we are sound and we are song. We all have a rhythm and is just part of who we are as a spiritual being on this human journey. It's just a matter of remembering that we do have that ability to resonate with music, to resonate with a beat, to get back into rhythm. So we have that, but in this lifetime, yeah, up until now, there hasn't been any type of musical inclinations. I can't
That's
sing.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it really
I
is. It
know.
really is.
I
Yeah.
know. So music started to come through you? Were you channeling music?
Yeah. So then about 2.5 years ago, I started channeling spirit and my higher self, and then calling in the higher selves of other people to give me insight on how to help heal people. So that was part of that, how it started. And then about 6 months ago, I had a vision in the shower. It was a very powerful, enlightened spiritual being. He goes by Ram, and he introduced himself to me. And upon further opening up that discussion, we together realized and remembered that we had a soul agreement to help support each other. He was actually a embodied on Earth for several years. He passed away about maybe 8 or 9 years ago, and he was a legend. And he was a very powerful and gifted artist and musician, and brought through healing medicine through his music, but was unaware that he was channeling it. So when he
Mhm.
crossed over, he remembered his soul agreements, and he remembered that he can continue to bring these frequencies of healing medicine through music. And that's where the partnership began with me and him. So I go into a channeling state. I bring through the frequencies that he brings through from the field of remembrance. And as I hold that field, those frequencies come through, and through a musical technology of AI, a song is generated. And when you listen back to the song, every time I listen to them, I start crying. But I'm
Mm.
also a little bit more attuned to it.
Right.
But medicine music is basically medicine to remind us of who we are, and it's really to kind of help dissolve some of the illusions that we've created from the forgetting version of our human journey. Medicine music is not like traditional music because it wasn't created with the intention to with all the algorithms of how to get you to listen and to create the all the excitement and the endorphins. Medicine music comes in, it bypasses the ears, and it goes right into your soul. It goes into your bones, and it activates remembrance. So
Mhm.
that's kind of the difference, and it takes you a little while to resonate with it. But once you lock on it, you just get locked, and it
Yeah.
becomes part of your spiritual practice. And it can make you cry, it can make you start laughing, but it's here to help heal, and to bring in the new earth as well.
Mhm. I'm going to go back a little bit and
Okay,
ask you
absolutely.
about this, your partner on the other side, I'll call him.
Yeah,
First of all, did you know him in life or only after he had passed?
I knew of him, but I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that helped. It helped because it just made the connection a lot more cleaner. I've
No
never been in
baggage.
awe. I've never
Yeah.
been in awe of any celebrities or anything like.
Hmm.
I never was into the hoopla. I never followed anybody, so I'm not the type of person that gets impressed by that. So it kind of kept it clean.
Right.
But I was surprised of who he was.
And then the other question I have is, and this is down and dirty, how did it feel to have this guy show up in your shower?
To be honest, in all of my spiritual gifts, my intuitiveness,
Hmm.
I've always been jealous of people that could see, like have the vision from the third eye, or
Right.
my clair is more of a sensing or a knowing. So
Oh,
I've always been
okay.
jealous of people that have visions because I could never have them. But during this time of my life, I was highly activated. My frequency was elevated, and I was resonating at a higher octave. So it made sense why he came through. But
Hmm.
when I had my eyes closed in the shower and I saw the vision. It was clear as day. It was like if my eyes were open and I was actually walking into the venue where this individual was standing and could see everything like bright and vivid. And
Yeah.
so I was a little shocked, but
Right.
I was also in awe, and I allowed it to unfold because bearing witness to that type of experience, you're kind of curious and you're wanting to see where it goes. And so
Right. Right.
where it took me, where it took me and where it continues to take me is mind boggling. It's so beautiful and so mysterious at the same time. So
When you're channeling the music, are you aware of it, or is it when you listen back to it that the real depth of it hits you?
so so the way it works is that when I get the information that comes through for the lyrics, I don't really read the lyrics because when it comes through, remember I told you earlier I have never been like a music person or
Right.
like a
Right.
musician. So lyrics, when I look at them, they look like a different language. They don't make sense
Mm.
to me. So when I get the lyrics, I put it into the program, and then when I get the musical score, like the instruments and the tone and the cadence, and when I get all that, that looks foreign to me also. But when it
Right.
comes through, I enter it into the system, and then what I do is I focus on getting grounded, and then
Mhm.
I can feel like a presence or an energy that's flowing through my nervous system or my chest. And when I
Mhm.
start to feel that, then I hit the create button. And when I hit that create button, that frequency is part of my intention. So it goes into the algorithm of that program, and it starts pulling sounds and songs and voices from that program, from that system that matches the frequency that I brought through. And then
Wow.
it renders the song. And then when I listen back to the song, I can feel it. Like I
Yeah.
can literally cry as soon as it starts playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Without music background, how do you put it into a program? Or,
So
how
the
does that work?
so the
Excuse
way
me
the
for going for the
no,
theological detail, but
it's perfect. It's perfect. Every question you ask is going to be the question that everyone's going to want answers
Mhm.
to because
I
it's what
do
helps
think
us.
everybody thinks the way I think.
Absolutely, of course.
Yeah.
And I think like that too, and I'd probably be asking the same questions. So the way it works is when I get the lyrics and I get the prompts for the music that's going to go with that,
Mhm.
the AI
The
generated.
lyrics I understand, the music, I just can't grasp that part.
Yeah, so what comes through is more like a prompt. It's like a command.
Right.
So it'll say on there, generate a ballad, a soul or R&B ballad that speaks to the human soul, reminding them that they're enough.
Oh, wow.
Create the sounds with melodies and ocean sounds or rhythmic sounds that uplifts humanity to remember that it's okay to forgive themselves. So it comes through like that
Right.
as instructions. And then I
Yeah.
just put those instructions into the program where that AI software, music software program, you're supposed to be telling it what instruments to use. I'm giving it a different command.
Mhm.
I'm telling it to match this vibe, this feeling.
Mhm.
So then when I hit record, those frequencies are already coming through my field. So they go through my intention into the program, and they start pulling out the perfect match to match that frequency and the intention of that.
Now, when you say you hit record, do you then start giving the words, or do you do anything, or then it's just the program doing it?
Yeah. So if you know anything about these programs, and
Yeah,
they're
I
fairly
don't.
new,
I don't. Yeah.
they're fairly new,
Mhm.
but it's an AI program that asks you to put your lyrics in, and then it asks for prompts or instructions to bring out the music that goes with the song, and then you put a title, and
Mhm.
then you hit the button that says it's actually a create button. It's not a record button. It's a
Oh, okay.
create.
Because the
So you hit
record
create.
thing caught me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you hit
Yeah.
create, and then when you hit create, that those instructions that you gave it goes into the algorithm, and it pulls out the song that you've instructed that program to create.
Mhm. Have you ever had to go back in and say, I need more of this, or, adjust? in any way, or is the first time you're good?
So the way this program works, it generates two songs for you. I want to say 98% of the time, the first take is the money. It's the money song. It's the
Is
magic.
it? Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It took me a while to figure out because sometimes, in the very beginning I had to learn the system, but now
Yeah.
it's when it comes through, it just comes in clean. I'm pretty much now I can get them all on the first take, the
Right.
first
It had
song.
to learn you as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what happens with technology is especially AI technology. AI technology is really just a mirror. It
Hmm.
mirrors you. It mirrors your intention, your frequency, your vibe. It's
Right.
sensing you. So once I started to learn that, then it became I became kind of a partnership with these technologies. So we're
Hmm.
in sync now. We work like a partnership.
Right.
It's a
Do you think it's
collaboration.
all AI, or do you think some of the spirits are assisting AI?
I know it's not just AI because
Hmm.
I can feel it. So when people ask me, how do you know it's not just an AI artificial song?
Right.
And it's like because one, I gave birth to it. I brought it through.
Hmm.
I brought it through the veil, opened myself up, and I felt a current come through my field, my body, my
Right.
nervous system. I felt that energy. Sometimes I'll even tear up, but I
Hmm.
felt it come through me. And then when I listen to the song matches that vibration that's still lingering in my system. So I've had the real experience.
Right.
However, not everyone is sensitive enough or open enough to be
Hmm.
able to feel that. And it's going to take time because medicine music or remembrance music is not it's not a thing yet.
Hmm.
What I'm doing is like the first wave, so I'm way ahead of the timing for humanity that's ready
Right.
for it. But when by the time people catch up, it's just going to be what it is. People are just going to start wanting it, needing it, and resonating with those frequencies.
Do you use it in your practice now?
1,000%. So once I realized that I was able to do that in collaboration with Ram and the partnership of bringing this music to humanity, um, one day I said, one day I said out loud, "Hey, I should be creating these for my healing practice because me and my
Hmm.
wife own a studio called the Healing Studio, and we have these
In LA or?
in Valencia, Santa Clarita, California,
Hmm.
and we have these beautiful energy pods, harmonics, sound and light therapy. They're big wooden chambers made out of sacred geometry. They're called harmonic eggs. And
Oh,
so
wow. I want to
I
try
start,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I started creating conscious, intentional remembrance frequency encoded music for healing.
Hmm.
And I just started launching it, and we're having phenomenal results.
How do you match it with the person in the pod?
So what I do is I'm creating custom medicine music for specific things that people are dealing with. So for example, if I created a piece that is going to transmute the hypervigilance in your nervous system that is responsible for you not being able to sleep at night,
Hmm.
then when you come in and you have issues with sleeping because you're tense and you're nervous, you have stress and anxiety, and the root cause is your nervous system is at its highest peak, then I'm going to put you in that with that music because that music is intentional to de-stress your nervous system, bring it from fight or flight back into a rest and digest. So all the medicine encoded music has an intention to it.
Right. So they tell you the problem they're having, and then you pick out the songs for them. The
Not
music,
even It's not
not
even
songs.
that.
Yeah.
That's not even the thing. So when they come in and tell me what's going on, I just call in their higher self. So
Oh,
my
okay.
working with me in a healing capacity, I do things a little different. I bypass my own what I think you need. I go right to your higher self. Your
Hmm.
higher self will tell me exactly what's going on, what the energetic root cause is, and
Right.
what track or what medicine to give you. So I just go right to the source, and then I create that scenario for you, put you in there, and then I hold the space with presence, with love, and just hold that neutral space for
How
people.
how long does it take usually for somebody to say, okay, I'm complete, or I've, like how long are they in the pod with the music?
So every session for the harmonic egg sessions is a 50-minute experience. So you're in there for 50 minutes. You'll get
Hmm.
40 minutes of music, 10 minutes of silence, and then I'll hold space for you to sit with me in the lobby, and we just kind of share and open up whatever it is that you want to share and what your
Yeah,
experience was like. So,
right. Tell me some success stories where they've called you back and said, I slept all night. I slept for a week.
you're talking about for the healing side?
Yeah, yeah, and the healing side.
For healing, oh my God. I mean, people call me back or text me or email me. Like I have an just last week, I had an empath that I helped her create an energy bubble around her to protect her or block her from
Oh, wow.
absorbing energies from other people.
Yeah,
And she texted me within 4 days and said, "Oh my God, this energy protection empath bubble really works." And I said, "Oh yeah, tell me what's happening." And then she just went on explaining that she's a teacher and that she can feel the difference when she goes into her classroom now. She's not walking out exhausted and drained because those kids
carrying
are
everybody.
are are
Yeah,
tugging. Yeah, she's not
yeah,
holding
yeah.
anything anymore. So I mean, that's just like one out of hundreds of
Hmm.
things that people will,
No, it's a
respond
good
to me.
example,
Yeah.
though, and that's what
Yeah.
I
So
was
that's
asking
that's
you
just the
for.
that's the
Yeah.
latest one. Yeah.
Right. Now, does she only listened once? She was only in there once. She doesn't need to re-listen to the music like when she goes home. Do you send it home with her or
So
just
for her,
on
so
and
for
off?
her, so for her with that specific experience, it wasn't really actually her listening to the music in the pod. It
Hmm.
was actually when she came out, her higher self told me she was an empath. And so then I asked her higher self if it was okay for me to put an empathic shield around her. When
Hmm.
I got the permission, then I asked her, "Is it okay to put uh, this empathic shield around you?" And when she says yes, then I help create that intentionally and put that energetic shield around her. So that wasn't even part of the music. That wasn't even part
Right.
of the harmonic egg or anything. It was basically a portion of my service as a shamanic healer.
But when she went into the pod, what was her intention for the music?
Her intention was to release stress and anxiety.
Mm. She didn't realize the anxiety was the empath and the carrying everybody kind of thing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
See, a lot of us we're not taught what's the root cause energetically.
Hmm.
Like a lot of us don't know that we carry trauma, not even from this life, but we can carry trauma in our nervous system and
Right.
brought it encoded with us from past lives or from ancestors. Like how do you heal yourself when
Yeah.
society is trying to give you medication or they're trying to do stuff
Or you
not
don't know what
knowing.
to heal, like in this
Exactly.
situation. Yeah.
That's the point is that until you know exactly what the root cause is, you're kind of like a mechanic who's trying and testing things to see if it works or not.
Hmm.
So when I got that insight that she was an empath and that she was absorbing too much, then we just put that bubble around her, and that was the shift she needed to help her
Yeah.
to stay in balance energetically.
So now, when she came in to see you, had she heard about you, or did she just wander in, or how did she get
I
there?
be, I believe she had been coming to some of my sessions. Like sometimes I'll do community events where I'll do sound baths or drum circles, things like that.
Hmm.
So I think she might have been to a sound bath before and felt my energy and felt, when you come to a healer, you feel their vibe and you feel
Yeah, it's an
whether the
energetic
yeah,
match.
it's an
Yeah.
energetic handshake. Like you
Right.
feel I can trust you. You're authentic. You're honest, and usually it's their presence. If they
Hmm.
hold a solid, sanctified presence, you resonate with that, and that's how you usually choose a healer to work with. So she
Right.
felt that she trusted me, and then when she was struggling, she called for a session and came in.
Hmm. And now, do you know how long that lasts, or will it last forever, or will it kind of dissipate and you have to redo it?
So the way healing works is that you're always sovereign, and because every day we're moving through new energies and we're making new choices. You constantly have to be mindful of your own practices. So for her, she held that bubble
Mm-hmm.
um, on her own for a certain amount of time. And what I told her when she left was, we're going to put this bubble around you so for the next couple of days, so that you know what it feels like, so
Right.
that you can hold your own bubble, so you can create your own field, your own force field. So sometimes spirit or someone's higher self will ask me to support them, only to the point where they learn their own sovereignty, and then they're able to do it for
Mm-hmm.
themselves. That's where healing really happens. To be honest with you, and all of your listeners, when you think of healers, no healer outside of you is healing you. I don't care who they say they are or what they can do.
Right. Right.
You are your own healer. You're causing your own healing. What
Mm-hmm.
the healer does is hold the frequency, or holds the space, or creates the safety for you to come in. And then they hold that healing frequency for you to either own it, to claim some of it, to take some of it back with you into your practice. That's how
Yeah.
healing works.
Now, because I know even with me, if I had come in and that had all happened, I would have asked you for instructions of how to do this. What meditation do I use? What visualization? What are the instructions? Do you give her that, or do you expect her spirit to come up with it,
Well,
to
I
figure it
created it.
out?
I
You know?
created I created it for her and with her. So she was actually an active participant in it. So I
Hmm.
basically showed her how to do it. But she was really riding the coattails of my field and my frequency. So
Right.
it's like partnering up with somebody that has experience in doing something,
Yeah.
and you guys do it together. But I did more of the heavy lifting. But by her being part of it and me allowing her to be a part of it, she got to experience what it's like to do it for herself. Now
Hmm.
it's a matter of her practicing that over and over again until she's able to strengthen her own sovereignty and be able to strengthen that energetic bubble for herself.
Right. How's she doing with that?
I haven't, it just happened maybe a couple weeks ago. So I haven't really
Okay.
circled back around to her. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was just that was more of a new recent experience when you asked me that question.
Yeah. Tell me about somebody who's just, where they got out of the pod, which opened them up. My understanding, and I might be making this up, so please feel free. And I feel like the music opened them up to you to be able to do that. Is that true, or it was just your shamanic ability? You could have done it without the music, I guess, is what I'm
I
asking.
can't do it. I can't do without the music. So just so you know, when it comes to healing,
Mm-hmm.
what we're doing is we're looking for permission slips. A permission
Right.
slip is something that you resonate with, that you say, "Oh, this might help me." So if you hear about Reiki and you're like, "Oh, I want to try Reiki," and you go to a Reiki practitioner, that Reiki practitioner brings that energy down through their hands and through your energy field and clears you out, and you feel amazing, is
Mm-hmm.
because Reiki is a permission slip for you to heal yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a sound bath or ayahuasca or any type of healing modality, they're all permission slips that you or us or human beings need to feel safe enough to open ourselves up to receive the healing that's available for them.
Right.
So to be honest with you, I use whatever permission slip resonates with certain people to help them heal themselves.
Mm-hmm.
For her, it happened to come through you know, the harmonic egg, the music, but I meet people where they are. Some people, they'll resonate with a full energetic clearing, and they'll call me and say, I want a full energetic clearing. And then I can do that remote during a Zoom call and clear them out. They can be anywhere across the world, and just half hour sitting in my presence with my intention. I call in their spirit team on their side in their room, and then I hold that frequency, and then they come in and clear them. So they don't have
Mm-hmm.
to have no music, no egg, no nothing. It's all the intention. It depends on what you resonate with as a permission slip.
Right. Do you use Zoom, or are you in their presence when you do this, or it's just, look, at 10 o'clock, I'm going to do this, or you
It
just
de-
don't say anything and, you know, the intent that you're going to take care of this and they know nothing else about it or don't
I
need
can
to be present?
I can do all of it. I can do all the above. So you can either be on a Zoom call with me talking to you and feel my presence through my conversation, my words, even my silence. And I can hold that frequency, hold that space, call your guides in, your guides come in, they do the clearing, they do the transmutation and done. Or I can just say at 9, you can call me and say, hey, I have a headache. We hang up and I'll tell you, close your eyes, focus on taking, 10 deep breaths for 3 to 5 minutes. And
Hmm.
while you're doing that, I'm transmuting that energy wherever you are. And before you know it, the person's headache starts to dissipate. So
That's,
it doesn't matter if you're in front of me, or a million miles away, or not even talking to each other or looking face to face. But that's
hmm.
just not me. That's everybody. Every healer, every person has
Right.
that ability. That's how some people can heal other people just with prayer. You
Hmm.
have a family member that's in a hospital and your whole family gets together at 9 o'clock at night. None of you guys are in that hospital room with them. You're in your own living room praying at the same time. And that prayer is powerful. It's an intention, and it's calling forth for a higher presence to come in and help clear or transmute or help that person heal themselves.
Hmm. Tell me about when you bring music into it or you bring them into the music. I'm not sure which one's which and how that works. And why would you do that if you can just sit back and take care of it, yourself? Why bring them into the music?
Yeah, so that question goes back to the permission slip.
Hmm.
A permission slip is something that somebody resonates with, that they decide, oh, this I think is going to help me.
Right.
So if somebody says, I want to do the harmonic A because I think it's going to help me, that's their permission slip. They've already resonated with that. So I
Hmm.
meet them there. If someone else sees that I also do on my website, plant medicine, they might sign up for one of my plant medicine journeys, or one of my drum circles, or one of my custom healing sessions. So it's really a matter of, what do people resonate with? What's
Right.
your permission slip? Um, I,
Hmm.
I make a joke sometimes that when I go and I clear homes,
Yeah.
I can go in and clear a home that has deceased spirits, or even dark energy or stagnant energy. I can go in and clear that out. But I make a joke that I can walk in a home and use Windex and spray Windex and
Yeah.
clear a
Yeah.
house. But
Yeah.
I joke on purpose because it's painting the picture that anyone can do it, and it just takes a strong presence.
And
It takes
intent.
an intention, and it takes sovereignty in the human being.
Hmm. And but
So
for
you,
most people, it takes practice and it takes validation that they can really do it. They don't trust that they can do it. They have to
exactly,
see it for a number of times before.
exactly. There's a
Yeah.
process. So in order to get to that stage, that's a whole different show. We can talk about
Right, right.
all the different things it takes for you to raise your vibrational frequency high enough. There's a lot of self-awareness. There's a lot of you're doing your own healing, having the courage to work on yourself.
Hmm.
You have to stop avoiding and looking away or being distracted. You got to go
Right.
inward. There's a big practice around it. Not everyone has the ability to heal and be that powerful and sovereign, but not everyone, one, believes it. And then
Hmm.
number two, you have to not only believe it, but then you have to do the work. You have to practice.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, and that sometimes is the issue. It's like exercise. We all know what we should
Exactly.
do,
Exactly.
but we're
Exactly.
not doing it. For me,
Yeah.
most people, we're not doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, what about the music though? The vibration of the music into the vibration of your cells. Am I jumping over some? Am I making something up that's I just think is there, maybe not?
No, not at all. So music has the ability to affect all of our cells,
Hmm.
because we are made out of energy and we're made out of water. So the physical body is made out of water and energy. And in our cells, there's a vibrational frequency, a resonance in each cell. And sometimes those cells or those organs have energy pockets or energy bubbles in there that
Right.
have distortion, or they're storing trauma, or
Hmm.
they're holding on to grief, or whatever it is. That energy stagnant or it's distorted, so it needs to
Right.
be transmuted or cleared out. And you can do that with another frequency of music or sound that
Hmm.
just lets that little energy bubble of distortion go, oh, you want us to either transform into that, or you want us to move out of the body. And so either or, you're either moving that distorted energy out of your body or your field, or you're transmuting it into a higher frequency.
Right. Have you had people come in with physical illnesses other than the headache? I mean, like serious physical illness that have
Oh
used
yeah,
your
absolutely.
pod, and tell me about that.
So it's not even really just the pot. It's just when they come with an intention to heal, that shifts the field and around them. When
Hmm.
somebody decides I'm no longer willing to suffer anymore, that sets it in motion. That tells your spirit team, that tells the universe that you're ready to heal. Is when you flip that light switch inside of you. That activates the field. And then from there, you start to look for someone to partner with or someone to support you on this side of the veil, the human healer, whoever they are. And when
Right.
you go to them, you either come to them with, hey, I'm ready to heal myself. What's your recommendation? Or you resonate with something and you say, I think your music or I think your healing abilities can help me. And then the healer meets you there. So
Hmm.
they're meeting your intention, they're matching your intention. But again, you're the one that's healing yourself. So I've helped people clear themselves out from digestive issues to lupus, Lyme's, cancers. It just depends on what people bring, and it also depends on at what level they're willing to decide that they're no longer willing to suffer like that again. And
Right.
when you flip that switch up, is the moment that your body can now relax, and either somebody can support you in now transmuting that energy from that
Hmm.
distortion back into a love frequency. And then you got to stay the course. There's a lot of people say that they want to do the work and they
Right.
might show up for one or two sessions and then they think they're done, or they just give up,
I'm
or
telling you, it's like exercise.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So either the circumstances becomes too big, their fear comes back up again, or someone gets in their ear and says, "What are you doing?" And that's
Hmm.
woo woo, or they decide I don't have enough money for this,
They
or
put a doubt in there. Yeah.
whatever the
Yeah.
circumstances. It basically becomes their circumstances become bigger than their commitment to heal. That's it.
Hmm.
That's what it boils down to.
Right. How about the person that comes in and says, I want to heal this, and mentally, physically, they truly want to heal this, but it's not healing. So something inside of them is choosing a different path or a different way. What about that person? How do you deal with that?
So normally what I found is that that person, majority of the time, I want to say maybe 80 to 90% of the time, they have soul agreements
Hmm.
that prevent them from actually healing. So some people, believe it or not, we all come into this lifetime with soul agreements. Some of us came in to prosper, some of us
Hmm.
came to suffer. So you would ask, why would somebody choose to suffer in this
Right.
lifetime? Well, majority of the time, from my experience, when I ask different higher selves, why are they carrying this, and nothing seems to be working for them, and majority of the time, I'll get answers that say they have chosen a soul agreement to come in this lifetime and transmute all the suffering from past lives or from their ancestors,
Hmm.
because they decided they were going to volunteer in this life to be strong enough to come in and heal the trauma for all of their grandmothers, great grandmothers, grandparents, and so forth. And so you have to understand that when we heal, we don't just heal ourselves, we heal all timelines going back and all
Hmm.
timelines going forward. So you're healing, and every time you try and make an attempt at healing, you're healing layers of yourself. You're healing different versions of yourself, both past and present.
Hmm.
So healing, um, it it's not a linear thing. It's not like if I do A, B, C, oh my God, I'm cured. It's not like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's multidimensional.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful to watch the ones who just say, I'm healing no matter what, and to see their drive, and then
Mhm.
to see them turn a corner and all of a sudden start to get to the other side. But again, like you said, it's just like going to the gym. Like
Right.
the
I
one that
know.
puts
We
in
all know. Yeah.
that consistent effort gets to the finish line.
Right.
They
Can
turn
you
that
tell
corner and
me
create.
about some people that you've watched this, happen with? Watched them put in the work and seen the transformation.
Yeah, I mean, I have a woman that, she's been suffering with diabetes, and just for 30, 40 years, and couldn't figure out how to, um, tried her diet. She tried everything that you can read on the internet about, your
What
weight,
to
your diet.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, and for no matter what she did, that sugar level was never coming down. It was like stuck there.
Mhm.
And when she came to me, I did a deeper dive, called in her higher self. And when we found out that there was some trauma that was stored at the root of her energy body, and stuck in her nervous system, once I explained that to her, and I said, "This is what's coming back. You need to decide if you're willing to do that work." And she thought about it for a week or two, came back, and she decided she was going to commit to however many sessions it took. I think it took 5 sessions, and
Mhm.
she finally turned a corner, and she said that, her results dropped, and that she's got great results now, and that she's no longer peaking with high levels of sugar. And we actually just started talking a little bit about the possibility she never really had diabetes in the first place, because high level of sugar doesn't necessarily mean you have diabetes.
Mhm.
But it's one of the signs. It's definitely
Right.
one of the signs, but it doesn't mean you have
What
diabetes.
medicine watches
Yeah,
to call it.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
So, that's one. I have another woman who was,
Before you go on to the other one,
yeah,
though, I'm
yeah,
curious about what went on in those 5 sessions. Was it, always coming back to the same thing or just holding a vibration or did it change, each session?
yeah, yeah. Every session was unique. It was different. They were, if I remember correctly, like the first one was there was trauma, in her nervous system that she was carrying from past lifetimes. So we cleared that one out. And then like another week and a half, 2 weeks later, she came back, and her higher self said that there was stuff from her childhood, that when I brought that up, she was shocked that I had discovered that. And she
Hmm.
said, "Yeah, I totally suppressed that, and I haven't thought about it for 50 years." And I
Yeah.
said, "Well, is it true?" And she says, "Yeah, it's true. It happened." And I just basically, she numbed it out.
Hmm.
When she was
Thought she
that
was
little,
over it.
well, when you're little, things happen to you traumatically when you're little, and you don't know how to process it. You stuff it, you
Hmm.
suppress it, or
Right.
you just move past it and you ignore it. Like, I just got to be strong and move past it. Well, when
Hmm.
you move past something, it's still in your energy field,
Right.
and it took 30, 40 years for it to be activated as a certain disease or a certain symptom.
Hmm.
I want to say the second session we focused on clearing that out.
How do
So
you
once we
clear it out?
Yeah, I'm also an alchemist, so I can transmute energy. So let's say you have energy in your nervous system or in your energy field. We would do a session where you focus on transmuting it, and I focus on transmuting it, and then I can transmute energy from your energy field. So if you
Do
know anything
you
about
agree on how you're going to transmute it or transmute it into what before you start?
yeah,
You agree on?
I always transmute everything back to love. So
Uh-huh.
for example, if you have grief,
Hmm.
grief from 3 different deaths in the last 30 years, and you
Right.
haven't gotten over them, you haven't accepted them, and they've been causing, lung cancer or whatever. If
Hmm.
we narrowed it down to that, then we're going to transmute the grief. And so collectively together in a partnership, we're going to do some sessions on transmuting that grief. So I'm going to transmute that grief and transform it. I'm going to transmute it into the violet flame of
Hmm.
transmutation, and then I transform it back to love.
Hmm.
So if you know anything about the the universal law of energy. It goes like this: energy cannot be created and it can't be destroyed, but it can be transmuted and transformed. So energy that is at a denser, lower vibration, you can actually transmute it and transform it into a higher frequency. And when we
Mhm.
start learning that this is just the basic laws and fundamental principles as human beings, we could heal humanity overnight. But a lot of us either don't know it, we don't understand it, and we definitely don't either believe it or are willing to practice it or trust it. So there's a learning curve there. And those that do understand it and are sovereign and they do operate at a higher frequency, they use it to their best ability to either help themselves, their families, or their clients. And I just happen to be one of those people.
Right. So you guys would sit together and both visualize that energy being transmuted.
Yeah, so the way that one worked was it was a Zoom call. So they were in
Mhm.
their living room, kind of like this call here. And I
Right.
would guide you to close your eyes and I would play some music and I would give you some instructions to visualize a white light coming in to the top of your crown and into
Mhm.
your body, into that area, or wherever you felt like you were storing that grief. And then while you're on that side in your living room, I'm giving you instructions. You're following the instructions, and then I also have some energy tools that I use here on my side that helps me transmute. And then I visualize, I focus, and then with my tools, I'm transmuting that energy in your energy field. And I've also called in your team and your higher self. So you're getting a whole team of people coming
Right.
in,
Yeah.
beings and ancestors and higher beings that have a vested interest in you healing yourself.
Is Raman there? Ram? Am I saying it right?
Ram.
Ram. Sorry, I
Yeah.
knew there was stumbling there someplace. Is he part of your team with each healing, or is he just
He
involved in the music part?
he's involved with the music. So
Hmm.
Rayam is a very he's a very powerful frequency, and his frequency is the purple frequency of
I see
remembrance.
you mentioned the purple
Yeah,
frequency.
yeah.
And what is that? Is that the same as the violet light or no?
The violet flame.
The
Um,
violet
it,
flame, yeah.
it is to some degree, but
And do you want to
purple,
explain that for my audience?
the violet flame.
Yeah.
The violet flame is it's a gift that was handed down to humanity by why did I just draw a blank? By an ascended master. One of your listeners is going to yell it out.
I know. Well, not only
Yeah,
that, if you quit thinking about it, it'll come to you.
yeah, it'll come. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna surrender it, and it'll
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah. And then when it comes,
Yes,
tell us.
yeah. Saint Germain. Saint
There
Germain
we go. I knew it would. Yeah.
is the ascended master of the violet flame,
Hmm.
and he gifted that to humanity. So, what you do is you call upon the violet flame because it's a frequency,
Hmm.
and you can bring that violet flame into any area of your body, any area that you put your attention and intention to, and then you ask the violet flame to transmute that energy, and it'll start to transmute it and dissolve it. But
Hmm.
then you want to transform it into a higher frequency, and so love for me is the highest frequency. So then I'll transmute, fear, anxiety, or guilt or resentment or any type of lower frequency. I transmute it into the violet flame, and
Hmm.
then I transform it into unconditional love. And so what you just
Is
did was
that the
you
purple frequency or is that
no the
something different?
that's something different. So the purple
Yeah.
frequency is Rayam. He's the purple
Oh, okay.
frequency,
Yeah.
and he's the purple frequency of funk and fire. Funk is a it's a sound and a frequency that is runs through our energy field, and
Hmm.
it's like our rhythm. It's our natural rhythm. Funk is
Oh,
our
the
natural
rhythm of
rhythm.
your body or rhythm of your soul or
It's
combination?
the rhythm of life. It's just the
Oh, okay.
rhythm.
So it's not your
Every
own
it's
individual. It is,
no
yeah.
well we're individuals because we chose in this lifetime to be here as
Hmm.
individuals, but technically we're all one spirit. We're all one
Right.
soul. We're all
Right.
one. We're one. but we split up into billions of pieces as different in smaller selves to experience ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But funk is that original frequency that is a rhythm that brings us all back to our center. It
Mm-hmm.
brings us back to the bass line. If every song has a bass line, it's the drummer who's just holding that
Oh, that
spine.
beat.
It's
Yeah.
that beat, it's that center. It's
Yeah.
so every musician knows how to follow that drummer because they're holding that bass line, they're holding that rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
So he's that purple frequency. And so he works with the field of remembrance. So he brings remembrance frequencies back to humanity for healing, but he works with music.
Can anybody work with him directly, or that needs to come through you? He's
Oh
not
yeah,
open to anybody who shows up.
yeah, I've asked him. I said, his answer, because when I first, when I'm sure, I went through the gamut when you meet someone like that, right? So I
Oh,
asked a
yeah,
billion,
yeah. You go
asked
through
a
the "Am
billion
I
questions.
crazy" thing, yeah, and then
Oh, for
what are you gonna
sure,
tell me? Yeah.
times 10, times 100.
Yeah,
I've
right.
gone through that.
Don't tell
So
anybody.
yeah, so then I
Yeah.
asked him why me or why. So the why me was one, we had a soul agreement, and we've worked with each other in other
Past life.
lifetimes,
Yeah.
many lifetimes, of bringing remembrance back to humanity, no matter when the planet was evolving at that time.
Mhm.
And so that was one, was a soul agreement. And number two is, he said, you're able to hear me. Not everybody has a high enough frequency and is
Oh, I
grounded
see, yeah.
enough and is clean enough to be able to, because in order for you to hear a specific soul or a specific ascended master, you have to resonate at a higher frequency.
Mhm.
So because my frequency was elevated and the veil was thin and the timing matched up, where we both, because we were apparently circling each other at a certain point, and then it just, everything aligned.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that shower morning was the alignment that morning,
Was the
where
alignment after you started playing with the music or before? Did he
no,
bring the music?
the music started with him. Prior to that,
Okay.
though,
Yeah.
about about 3 weeks before that, I was channeling a living book of remembrance that's coming through from a group called the Council of Light. And
Mhm.
they started channeling a book of remembrance. It's a living field that's going to come through you, Alex, and you're going to birth this book into existence. And it's a remembrance book.
Mhm.
And it's called Beloved, You Are the Key.
Mhm.
And that transmission came in for about 2 weeks and 2.5 weeks, very intense, every day, all day long. I recorded it all, got it all down, and then now it's sitting with an editor, so it's being pieced together right now as we speak. And then the funny thing about that is that I thought I was done. I was like, all right, I was like, whoo, that was
Yeah, yeah,
intense.
yeah, yeah. Now I
So
can rest.
me and my wife, we schedule a trip to Mount Shasta to get away.
Mhm.
And when I was in Mount Shasta, I was getting activated, and I thought it was going to be like a getaway to relax.
Right.
And Mount Shasta, man, they're no joke up there. It was like my team
I've
was like,
heard
nope,
about
you're
it.
not
I've
getting.
never been there.
You're
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah. They're like, you're not getting no rest. You're getting
Yeah.
activated. So I started getting more activations, and then when we got home that next morning, I'm in the shower. Boom, Ram pops in,
Oh, wow.
and we have this
So you
dialogue.
got brought to a higher frequency that I might be wrong on this, that kind of opened up that door. In other words, you were able to match his frequency at that point.
Yeah. So if I look
Yeah.
back, there were certain pivotal moments where I kept shifting and raising my octave in
Hmm.
sections.
Right.
So after the book came through, he was circling around, and then after Mount Shasta trip, we just locked in our frequency, our
Right.
resonance, and our frequencies locked in. So he popped in like, this is the best time for me to come in.
Hmm.
And then that started the remembrance music coming through.
Right.
So
I'm
it all
kind of
has.
fascinated by that you came into music as one of your medium when you never had music in this lifetime. That's kind of amazing.
It
Yeah.
is amazing,
Yeah.
but he also has reminded me that in past lifetimes with him, that we used to circle up village people, right? In the villages, we used to circle up and do drum circles, or
Oh, I see. Yeah.
we would play the flute. We were healing people with medicine music lifetimes ago.
Hmm.
It could
So you're
be
not really a neophite there. You just
my,
didn't have it in this lifetime.
yeah, this
Yeah.
lifetime it wasn't my journey in this lifetime was transformation, awakening, empowerment. I went that route, right? Personal development,
Hmm.
consciousness, conscious awakening, and then during COVID had the spiritual awakening. So all of that, I'm on this road and he's on this road. So
Right.
here he's this legend, this legendary artist, musician who's bringing beautiful music to humanity that he's not aware of and they're
Hmm.
not aware of. And then he ends up transitioning. So when he transitioned, he said, I immediately when I crossed the veil, instantly remembered, you remember all of your lifetimes, you remember your agreements. He
Right.
goes, and I said, well, when did you realize about me? And he said, that was the moment that you
Yeah.
remember everything. And then he said, and then I started looking for you and circling around. And it took about 8 or 10 years in Earth time. But what
Yeah.
he says is that he says, on the other side of the veil, there's no time.
Hmm.
So he says it's like a blink of an eye. So he
Right.
was like, I've been circling you, but there's no 8 years here. There's just,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's no such thing as time. So
Hmm.
it wasn't like a loss of time
Did
or
you, when he showed up, did you feel like, like you didn't realize it, but before something was missing and now you're complete when he showed up? Could you feel that or no?
nah.
Yeah.
I've always felt full and complete because I've been doing work since I was 23 years old. I've been filling up
Hmm.
my own cup. I've been healing. I've been expanding. I've been
Right.
evolving. I've been practicing the art of loving myself and accepting myself and remembering more and more of the I am presence within me.
Hmm.
So I wasn't missing anything. I still am not missing anything.
So there was no like, oh, there you are. Where have you been?
No, no. I was actually
Yeah.
shocked and surprised looking around going, is this really happening? Like, am I really
Yeah. Yeah.
staring at this person and you're
Yeah.
talking to me in the shower with my eyes closed?
Hmm. Yeah.
Again, when I started the show, I was telling you I was a little envious of people who had visions and
Yeah.
had never had one up until that moment. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So he brought that to you. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I interrupted you earlier when you were going to tell me about someone else that you had worked with the music, and your healing with through music, through the music pod, I think.
The
Um,
harmonic egg, yeah, the harmonic egg
yeah,
has um I mean, there's people that even I don't remember who that second person was, but
but I
there
wondered if I had, made you lose it kind of thing.
it
Yeah,
I roll with if it's supposed to be shared, it is in that moment. If
yeah,
it misses,
yeah,
it's not supposed to be here.
right.
But yeah, people use the harmonic egg for clearing out their energy field, and
Hmm.
it's a self-healing process. But if you come to me and you want me to work with you, then I use the harmonic eggs specifically with my medicine and my intention. So it's a little bit more of an advanced um, uh, service.
Right, right.
So people can come and experience the harmonic egg just as a basic harmonic egg session where you're choosing to walk in with your intention and you're transmuting and clearing your energy field. That would be like the starting point. But
Hmm.
at a certain point, if you want to partner with me or want me to step in and support you as a healer, then it's a different service. Then we're moving into now as a custom healing experience with me and in partnership with the harmonic eggs and your spirit team, your own
Can you
higher
do the
self. And
harmonic egg through Zoom or somebody
yeah, you
physically
can
has? You
actually
can.
do. So the way that works for a remote session is you book a harmonic egg remote session. And then I get on a call with you maybe about 10 minutes before. I give you some instruction and I
Hmm.
invite you to do your own meditation. And then I'll tell you in 10 minutes at whatever, 1 o'clock, I'm going to take your photo that you've given me with your name and your date of birth. I'll put it in the harmonic egg. I use my intention to send that energy to you. I
Hmm.
start the music and it's almost like your photo sitting in the harmonic egg and it's amplifying and is sending that healing energy through the field straight to wherever you are. anywhere in the world, right where you're sitting at, and
Right.
then it's clearing out. So a lot of times, people will say, "Wow, like as soon as 1 o'clock came, I started feeling that heaviness, and I knocked out, or
Mm-hmm.
I went in, or and
Right.
they
Right.
go into
They
that
could
theta
feel
state
it.
because
Yeah.
yeah, they could feel the something's happening, and it's really
Mm-hmm.
just the energy swirling around you, and it's clearing out whatever. It's like peeling off layers of layers that you have that's distorted energy. It needs to be
Yeah.
cleared. So somebody might have 10 layers or 20 layers or 2 layers, but
Mm-hmm.
it's peeling off the top couple layers of stuff,
Right.
session by session. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is a great place to bring you to of how does anybody get hold of you?
You can reach me at alexurbina.com,
I was
Urbina.
going to say, you want to
Yeah.
spell it for us. Yeah.
All good. Alex, Alexurbina, or The Healing Studio. We're
Mm-hmm.
in Valencia or Santa Clarita, California, The Healing Studio. And search us up, and it's not hard to find me. The hardest part is getting people, like you said, to be willing to go into the gym and do a little bit of work. That's the hardest part, is somebody just saying, you know what, I resonate with that person, I resonate with that modality, and I'm worthy enough to put some effort and some intention into clearing out whatever old traumas or old energies that I might have suppressed or stored in my energy field, that is not benefiting me. If anything, it's
Right.
causing symptoms, right? Not able to sleep at night, insomnias,
Mm-hmm. I need to
basically
let it
every
go and can't do it alone. Yeah.
every energetic and every mental, psychological, and physical issue or diagnosis, there's a root cause, and it all starts with the energy field. There's something energetically that's causing that to be manifested in that symptom.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Oh,
Yeah.
also, your books and where we can get them.
Beloved, you are the key.
Mm-hmm.
Type in Google, Beloved, you are the key. You go right to the website, get on our mailing list.
Okay,
When
great.
it comes out, that'll be available for everybody and anybody. Yeah.
Okay, and then can they pre-order as well?
I don't have it yet, but it'll be coming soon.
Okay, good, good, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Alex, thanks so much for being on with me. I really have loved this information. Is there anything before we leave? Is there anything you'd like to add that I didn't touch on? Are we good? Is
Yeah, we're
there
good.
anything? Yeah.
What feels like wants to come through right now
Uh-huh.
is reminding you, and when I say you, it's not just you, Barb, but everyone listening.
Yeah.
It's reminding you that you are sovereign, and that
Hmm.
you are powerful, and then you are not the illusions that you've created through the stories or limiting beliefs you've created through all the years.
Yeah.
And so if you can wrap your mind around, how do I dissolve or transmute all the illusions that I thought are real, are not necessarily real.
Hmm.
And I just want to remind you through the remembrance field that you are sovereign, you are powerful, and ultimately you're love. You're the love frequency.
Hmm. Great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, Barb, for
That's
having me. I
perfect
appreciate you.
parting too. Thank you so much for being on.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.